Welcome to the Small Business Miracles Podcast. My name is Jeff Randolph. This Small Business Podcast is brought to you by EAG Advertising and Marketing. We are here to talk about marketing. We're also here to celebrate entrepreneurs. Let me throw it over to Theo for a second. Theo, it's good to have you here, man.
Jeff, how you doing?
I'm good. Are you excited about the interview today?
I am, definitely.
There's so much wisdom to capture here, and so let's go ahead and bring him into the show. Blake Mills, co-owner of Family Center Farm and Home. Blake, welcome to the show.
It's really good to be here. Excited.
Happy to have you here. I mean, we have been holding off and having you here until like the studio was fully ready. Like until you have, branding on a window cling and a sound dampening logo in the background. It's just not right to do.
No, especially when you're only doing a sound podcast. It has to look right.
Right. It has to look right. The audio podcast must look right for 100%. Your guests. Before we get going, before we get into like the history of Family Center, when you describe Family Center to somebody, what are you saying? Let's imagine we have somebody who has only ever lived in the Crossroads or the West Bottoms or downtown Kansas City. They've never been outside before. They feel like they need a passport to go past the 435 corridor. How do you describe Family Center to people?
Well, Family Center is a farm and home store, not a activity center or a family practice for medicine, as my wife thought when I first met her.
These are important things to clear up.
These are important things to clear up and make sure that's all right. But as a lot of the public describes it, it's a Tractor Supply on steroids.
Okay.
That. We just had that review last week, and I've had it many times. But we carry everything from nuts and bolts to clothing, craft sodas, Amish jams and jellies, dog food, pet food, feed, all the way into large power equipment and anything else you can find between. A true experience to walk around and see what we've got.
Yeah, and there is that thought of the everything store, and that is because it's the and so much more. It's on steroids. It's the on steroids part.
That's right. So, no, that's what we've been coined for years is the everything store. And a lot of times, again, in feedback from the public is if you can't find it somewhere, come to us and you're going to be able to find it.
Yeah.
So.
Which also happened to be true during COVID, which was amazing. We can totally get there at some point.
There were a lot of things in COVID that brought a lot of people in that would have never walked through our doors thinking we were just for farmers or somebody with a hobby farm, and they came in and found a store that really had a lot of things they needed and haven't left since and have enjoyed shopping with us ever since.
Yeah, locations. We should probably say locations before we get into history stuff.
True.
Do you want to run? Give us the run.
Yeah. So our main location and home office, warehouse, everything is in our store in Harrisonville, Missouri, where we were founded in 1965. We have 6 locations in Missouri, 1 in Kansas, St. Joe, Missouri, Sedalia, Missouri, Butler, Missouri, Rolla, Missouri, Ozark, Missouri, and then Paola, Kansas, along with, again, our Harrisonville store there is our main home store and warehouse and office.
Yeah, and these were not all opened all at once. Let's get into the timeline just a little bit because the store was founded, and I've got it here, April 24th, 1965.
Correct.
And that was the Harrisonville location.
That was our Harrisonville location, not where we're at today. The building we're at today was that we moved into in 1985.
And not called Family Center Farm and Home at that time.
Correct. Our original name was Tractor Parts Supply, and there was a reason for that. Our store opened as a single door, small 500 to 1,000 square foot store that mainly was just to serve the farmer. And my grandfather started that, my mother's dad, Vernon Walker, and he started that to take care of the farming community, along with try and make money as a farmer himself for that.
Yeah.
And so he brought in a few goods, but the other thing he had was he had a deal with Tractor Supply as one of their original locations in the West Bottoms here, not far from this office.
Oh, really? Yeah. Pretty close downtown. Yeah.
To downtown. And he had their catalog there, and he just said, anything they can get, I can get for you. And they would run up multiple times a week and purchase things and bring them back to the small town of Harrisonville. They're helping people out and making sure they get the supplies they needed for their home, their farm, anything like that.
Man, outstanding. And then 1981, is when the name changed in January.
Correct. We changed that to the Family Center Farm and Home, and we really, when you talk to my dad and my grandfather about that, the store evolved and became much more than just a farm store. And there were things for the whole family to come in and enjoy. They found that it was an area that mom, dad, and the kids were coming and getting their outfit for school. They were picking up their supplies for the farm. They were taking care of their animals. So it was really a store that everybody could enjoy.
And it really is kind of that place where I'm kind of playing off of that the store that the whole family can enjoy. Like you see that to this day, even, right, where you've got an after church kind of crowd coming in, and everybody kind of wanders around. Or
100%. We sometimes on a Saturday afternoon call them the toothpick chewers. They they come in, go out to lunch on a Saturday, or they go out to after church and have lunch, and then come in and walk around and make sure to see if they need anything, pick anything up, and see what's new in the store.
And as the everything store, like there's work to be done there. There's everything from, let's take a look at saddles today, through, what kind of nuts and bolts do I need and should I stock up on? And seasonal items, I'm always impressed every time I walk into that. Things that I shouldn't probably be taking home that I end up taking home. Preserves, food, candy, like there's stuff you really won't find other places.
Correct. And we try to have the basics and the core things in stock at all times at a good competitive price and everything to that. But then also we have a team of purchasing that really works hard to find new and fun things. Every time, whether it be in seasonal, new products, new pieces, and trying to get those out there and find that next unique thing for people that are walking in on their everyday needs to find and do exactly what you said. I don't really need this.
Yeah, but
boy, I want it.
That's right. So, why wouldn't I have the bug assault gun or whatever the case may be?
Absolutely.
Let's walk through the timeline for store openings, because the expansion path was. If you give us kind of the top line on expansion, what was the motivation to branch out?
Yeah, so we evolved, as I always say, about 3.5 stores up until about 12 years ago, and really kind of got on a growth span there, starting in 2016, growing building our new store in St. Joe, Missouri. And then since then, after that, acquired a building in Ozark, Missouri in 2018 and put in a store. And then our newest store being in 2020, right in the dead of COVID. Which was an experience in itself, very unique. I don't want to do it ever again, but at the same time, was a really cool experience doing that and putting that store together in the middle of what the world was in.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a question about that exact moment in the lightning round. That's the only time I think, Theo, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I have ever telegraphed a lightning round question like this, right?
This is the first.
This is the first one ever. Yeah, so more on that soon. Right. Yeah. Anything else you'd want to say about store openings? Because you've rolled that out, and it's not a tremendously, like, it's not every other year you open a store. It's as needed as you see the opportunity.
Yeah, we're always looking for opportunity in good communities. That we feel like we're a fit. And those communities that we went into, we like to be a part of, we want to be involved in, and we want to feel like we've been there a long time to that. And any of those communities we do get into, we always have to make sure that our management is ready to get involved, whether that's in the local Rotary Club, the local United Way, the local Lions Club, different pieces like that, because that really just gets you to know and understand what's happening in the community. It gets our management to know the who's who of the community.
Right.
And then also those people obviously turn into your customers, and I'm a long-time member of the Rotary Club in Paola, Kansas. I ran our store there for 7 years, and it really turned into my own little secret shopper mission within that Rotary Club, coming in and purchasing and visiting with our associates and everything to that, and learning what we needed to have and different products we could have. And then also just good feedback and building those relationships in the community.
Yeah, so, I brought that. I was going to bring that up about what that looks like to show up in the community, because I can say this, that I feel like that's a big differentiator between the just kind of chain type store that isn't a family run kind of operation where, we have this branch in here, but I'm not really part of the community, right? And that being a part of the community and being involved and knowing your neighbors is important to you guys.
Mm-hmm. And again, going back to finding those locations, there's more than just, I've got an empty building and I think you guys would be a great fit. We want to go in and do our due diligence and figure out what's happening in those communities, what's the need in those communities, and then find a good relationship and either purchase or rent to put a store in and move forward. So
outstanding. When we've spoken in the past, you've surprised me by saying that no, I listened to your show, and for some reason that surprises me. It's flattering, but I know that it's not me. It's these amazing Kansas City brands that you're talking about, and I'm remembering a story that you told at some point when I had Starlight Theater on the show, and you mentioned it afterward when the next time I saw you, and you said my parents were season ticket holder number 2, or something like that. Can you recount that just a little bit?
Well, I enjoy a lot of different entrepreneurial things to read about, listen to, find those, and that's what my wife thinks I have a sickness, because when I have different pieces, she's like, what do you know? It's just like when she looks at my phone and she goes, I think there's more pictures of product in stores than there is our family.
Yeah, and for some people, that's a problem. I don't get it.
But we'll get on a trip and she'll go, what are you listening to? I'm like, she's like, more things to learn about entrepreneurial and work and different life experiences, things like that. So I always enjoy watching who you're going to have on and listening. And I grew up as a kid going to Starlight. My grandfather, who started the business, originally had the season ticket. So I think we're season ticket holder number 302.
Man, that is crazy.
To that. And so it was interesting hearing the new CEO of Starlight talk about that evolution and everything to that. And actually, I just sent one of our employees to Starlight last night on our tickets. And I was explaining to her that used to be Starlight. Mm-hmm. They would send buses out to the communities and have this community come in and this community come in. So a lot of your longtime Starlight people, Wednesday night is Harrisonville night at Starlight.
That is.
And there still is some longtime season ticket holders, a lot of Harrisonville people that go on Wednesday nights.
Because they've been trained to do that.
Because
over
they
the
were
course
trained
of
all
time.
the way back in the 50s and 60s when they used to bus them into the show.
Oh, that is great. That is great wisdom.
That's good.
And your the season ticket holders were in rows based on their tenure.
I would assume. I will say back when my grandfather, when they did add on, they put the new stage in. He used to be almost dead center front row.
Yeah.
When they put the new stage in, he was not real happy when they asked him for more money to move up.
I understand.
He'd been paying for a few years to make his wife happy that she had those tickets.
That makes sense. And if you're not sending a bus out anymore,
that's right.
We've got to prioritize our work here. You also didn't just immediately go into family business. You started out in hospitality in the restaurant world and then moved into that family business. How did your role evolve over time? What was that path?
Yeah, I went to college at Southwest Missouri, eventually Missouri State. Finished out with the name being Missouri State, and I went the first semester and went to some business classes. And really felt like all I was going to do was sit in a cubicle. And so I went to my advisor and said, I want to know how to run a business, be in a business, be hands-on, everything to that. Mm-hmm. And they really pushed me towards the hospitality and restaurant program there at Missouri State, which led me into interning multiple different places, including a long-time internship with the Kansas City Chiefs and working on through. And that really was a big experience for me, understanding and pushing through what it takes to run an NFL game day.
Oh, man.
And everything within that. That is an experience that is unlike no other, what it takes to put on a Monday Night Football or things like that.
Yeah.
Worked in the hospitality and restaurant, part of it within the suites, but it is an unbelievable piece that makes that happen from 5 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the morning. I've slept in the suites of Arrowhead for a few hours. The lights come on very early.
I feel like Theo may have done that too, but I don't know if it's for the same reason. I think maybe it was.
as long as you can get over what kind of couch you're sleeping on, because who knows what's there. But you're so tired you don't care.
The logistics of putting on a Monday Night Football have to be insane.
Unbelievable. I mean, I got experience, like we threw a Royals gala that had Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood there. We got to experience that with meeting Garth and Trisha, who are both unbelievably great people. With that, got to do a lot of different car shows and different pieces out there at Truman Court Sports Complex. There's so much more that happens out there than just the Chiefs and the Royals.
Right.
To that. But yes, that led me on to ran a restaurant for a couple of years right after college, and continued to live in Springfield. And then when that restaurant was going through some hard times they just grew too fast. I came back home and really didn't know what I was going to do as far as that goes, and told my dad, I said, well, maybe I'll just work at the store a little bit. And he said, well, once you get in there, it's going to be really hard, if you like it, to go away. He goes, I just want to let you know what we're signing up for. And so went and did that and started as an assistant manager at a Harrisonville location. Did that for about a year and a half, and then there was an opportunity at our Paola, Kansas store. And so I went over as a store manager there at our Paola, Kansas store for 7 years. Really enjoyed my time there. Paola, Kansas is a wonderful, wonderful town and such great people. And then moved into a regional role right before about 2014, 15, going around all of our locations and taking care of that. And then just about 3 years ago, moved into CEO of the organization, and have just kept going from there.
So he was right. It was really difficult to leave once you got in there.
It was definitely difficult to leave. Dad is usually right.
that's good advice.
Sometimes it takes a few years to admit it. Sometimes he never can admit it.
Right. Well, I'm glad you were able to. What do you feel like that you took away from those non-family center jobs that you brought with you into family center that helped you like have perspective that maybe if you would have gone straight through family business the entire time, you may not have seen?
And I always say my career at family center started when I was about 6, around the dinner table, as far as that goes. With it, because every night was business again, and every night was talked about different things. But yeah, getting in the day-to-day of it was definitely a change. But I would tell anybody that has a family business to go out and do some things in the world, get out and experience other jobs, any pieces, because you're going to bring so much of that into your experiences of working in the family business if that's what you come back to do. And with that, I'd say some of the biggest things I took was just the overall needing to understand how things flow outside of your own business and how the ins and working and everything to that, because there's a lot of different ways you can go about business. I've learned that our family business really works well and does well and everything to that. I've been involved in other businesses throughout my life that you don't have those good people and those good things, and that's what really makes the world go around. So no, it's been it's a very humbling experience to go out in the world and just say, here's who I am, here's what I can do, and try to prove yourself, and not have that on your back that, well, that's the owner's kid or part of the family or anything with that. It's just something that you need to go out and do.
That this may dovetail into the next question a little bit. You talk about the employees and how there are good people there. That's not an accident. That's hiring. That's HR. That's making sure you hire the right people to work in the store. Is there a secret formula there? Do you look for a certain thing in people to be able to be those good people?
Within that, I think it starts at the top and just trickles all the way down to find and keep building those good people. We have so many people within our company. We have folks that have worked for us for 40 plus years. We have people that have worked for us for 20, 30 years. And it's not just one or two, it's multiple within that. And that's from store associates up into purchasing, anywhere in between. We have multiple people in our office that are going to roll over 30 years in the office. And those things, I think they take a lot of pride in building the business, taking care of the business, and surrounding themselves with good people that we find to make it a good, fun culture and a good place to work.
Yeah, and that's really the transition into that question is my next question really was as you walk through the store, as you watch people shop, when do you notice you are the hero to that customer? When do you say, I love to see that?
Well, I think a lot of that is when they've been looking. I had an experience about 6 months ago. I was down on the floor, and I'm not a person that can sit in my office all day. And so I like to get down and walk around on the floor and help a customer, or go straighten shelves, or go sell something.
Is that the Sam Walton management by walking around kind of thing?
I don't know if I'm quite Sam Walton, but I'd have a good one on that. But it gets you down there, and it gets you to understand what are your associates doing, how are your customers interacting, and those things. And there was a guy, he grabbed some bolts out of our section, and he was from all the way up just south of Liberty. And he goes, I've been to 6 places. And he goes, finally, I just drove all the way here, and I knew I should have just drove here in the beginning. Because I knew that you would have the bolt just sitting here, and I could get this done. I should have just drove down. And I said, well, hey, also, if you don't realize, I have the same bolt section in St. Joe, Missouri. That might be a little closer than Liberty. And he goes, good to know that now.
That's right. Thanks for telling me now. Save me a trip next time.
And that's the importance of it with it. And you hate to run out of anything or anything to it. Unfortunately, those things do happen. But having those, and that's what my dad's always said in the business, he goes, we got to have that widget. We got to have those. We got to be deep in those widgets that you can't find other places, that they got to just come and grab. And in today's world, with the internet and everything, you can go find the widget somewhere in the most part. But if you need it right now to fix the problem or get the house ready because the family's coming over, or the wife's been on you all week, well, you can get there and you can grab it and you can fix it.
Yeah, your cattle fence is down, whatever that is. You that needs to be taken care of today, not later. What's next for Family Center? Where do you go from here? What do you focus on?
At Family Center, we're so excited just to continue to serve the communities we're in, and we're just excited to keep looking for that next opportunity for it. There's a lot of different places that we would love to be. As far as that goes, we're just waiting for that right opportunity and that right spot to go grab and continue to grow. And that's the biggest piece of building this thing. Could it be 1 or 2 stores in the next 3 years, or could it be 5 stores in the next 6 years? Those opportunities will come, and we'll take advantage of them.
See them one by one.
That's right.
Looking forward to the growth. Let me. If you've heard this podcast before, we do a lightning round. Are you ready for the lightning round?
I am ready for the lightning round.
I'm excited about this. What makes you excited to come to work each day?
The number one thing probably for me is just knowing that I'm going into. I know what I have on my schedule. Mm-hmm. But I also get to go around and figure out what is happening in everybody else's lives around the office. So figuring out, what are we thinking about in advertising, and what are we doing here, and what are we thinking about this? Yeah, we have our weekly meetings. Mm-hmm. But as you know, David and our team in advertising and some of our purchasing one, I'm the one that pops in and asks the completely random question of, have we ever thought about this, or do we have this? And going and picking people's brains and figuring out what other opportunities we could get and other ways we could save time or make a process better or figure something out. Those are the things that make me excited each day outside of a full calendar.
And I feel like that's a very intentional way to manage and kind of keep people on their toes and keep them thinking forward too, where you're posing a question and saying, hey, have you thought about this or that? Or I just read a story about X as part of your ongoing reading, or listening to a new podcast or show or audiobook or whatever. And that's a very intentional way to get them to keep moving and not be complacent. I think that's a great strategy. Mm-hmm. Next question. Did you have a teacher or a mentor who gave you advice that sticks with you to this day?
A couple different mentors that stick to me. My high school football coach, Tim Dade, was a huge mentor to me in building who I am there. For some reason, I had my third grade teacher, Miss Willard. I can that made me into I don't know what she wired into me, and unbelievably, she actually lives in the neighborhood next to me now, and I run into her every once in a while.
Fascinating.
Which is a wonderful lady with that, and then my boss at the Chiefs, Bob Newell, who now he's just a guy that he's one of those guys that really just knows how to instill you, get you motivated, and understand what makes you tick.
Yeah.
And also just point out the things you might miss to understand, hey, you really got to pay attention to this because it'll make a big difference.
Yeah.
So those are three people there. And then obviously my grandfather that started the business and my own father are probably the two biggest people that have gotten me the most excited in my career and making me want to, win and continue and go and keep cranking on it. So
I mean, I feel like I heard lots of different motivations from many of them, but what was the third grade teacher? What was it about her? What was it that she gave you? That was
as a 10-year-old, I don't know what it did, but it just kind of set me off, I think, on a right path of the right people to surround myself with.
Uh-huh.
And the crazy part is I have a very unique set of friends. I have friends in a group chat that I talk with on a daily basis, all the way from kindergarten and preschool.
Oh, wow.
So we have a very good core group of guys that really keep each other built up and help our way through life and have all turned into good, successful guys in all different ways of life.
Good, upstanding citizens. Well,
we try. Well, I mean, I don't know if we'd be good citizens, but
either way. And what was the teacher's name again? That was
Mrs. Willard.
Mrs. Willard. I hope this gives you great joy. You have done a spectacular job.
That's right.
Nicely done. Nicely done. You've already mentioned earlier that you look for opportunities to bring new things into the store. Do you have an example of a product that you brought in that was way more popular than you thought that product could possibly have been?
Well, we're trying to stay ahead of the squishy thing right now. That's been fun. The butter and the squishy bananas and I don't get it.
My niece was talking about them nonstop and noticed that they were behind like a protective locked counter now at some of the stores. So.
It's crazy. It's like the number one I've got a 3, 8, and 10-year-old, and they're like, "Is there any way you can get more squishies, more of these?" I don't get, but that is what it is. And then there's other things as far as that goes that just really get going. You mentioned one earlier a few years ago. The bug assaults were their own phenomenon with that. And then during COVID, the Harvest Right dehumidifiers.
Oh,
for everyone to dry their own food instead of canning.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That was quite the phenomenon of.
I've got leftover food. I need to treat this.
I can just treat
and
it.
I'm here now.
Yeah. Or I could dry this and, you could eat grandma's cookies that's been dead for 30 years.
Right. You could. You could.
Just put them in the bag and just wait.
That's right.
So that was its own. That fad is over.
Yes.
That one's over. If you want one, we can get you one.
We've got bags. We've got bags of those. Was there on the flip side of that coin? Were you super excited about a product that you saw and brought into the store that just, man, I really thought this was going to go and be bigger than it was, and now we're stuck with them.
We have those. We have winners and losers within what we call that, and there's always losers there that we call them the still out backs. With that. We really thought we were going to do something with that, and it's still not working.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what we can do to get rid of those in some way.
Yeah.
But as long as you can get rid of them, and it doesn't, sometimes you just have to do that and go find that next winner. Yeah. Then you're good.
If you could be insanely good at one thing, and whatever thing that is, without ever working on it, where it was just you woke up one day and someone had downloaded the program into your brain, where you're just good at that now, what would that be?
Right now in today's world, it'd be figuring out this AI world.
Yeah.
And everything in it, and understanding where it's going to take us, because I think it's going to be a wild couple year ride here of what that's going to do, how fast that's going to evolve the game.
Yes. I had the question on this, and to ask how you use AI. Like, are you using it significantly? Are you using it just a little bit? Are you testing it out?
We're kind of using it in multiple. We use it for understanding reporting and everything to that, bringing out data that would have taken weeks for people to crawl through.
Yeah.
Is unbelievable what you can get out of it. We're using it in advertising. For voiceover reads, we're using employee training for different training things. We're getting ready to use it, and I think David's been talking to you all about it in different pieces of the search side of it, the Chat GPTs and the Google AIs and the different pieces there. I mean, I find myself now You don't search it anymore. You
use
put
an
it in,
AI
you read the
platform.
little AI piece, and you go, "Oh, that's the truth."
Yeah, yeah, and
Which is somewhat scary.
it is, and there's a huge shift to it because search engine optimization in the classical sense is still the foundation of that. Like the AI platform has to get information from somewhere. The difference, I think, is that now everybody's going, hey, I've got good SEO for that. Why am I not showing up for this prompt that I should be showing up for? And one of the keys to that is that it isn't just like you can say good things about you on your website, but if no one else says good things about you, then those things don't match. And so you really can't fake it anymore. You need to be the actual, authentic, good store, good person, good whatever, good business, so that AI recommends you for it. So yeah, no, it's watch this space. It is continuing to evolve very quickly.
Yep.
Is there a personal use for it that you're doing for that is different than that, or just kind of looking up everything?
Just mainly on the personal side, looking up everything, making fun things to send on text messages for friends. I think that
is the number one.
We're
Yeah.
building these massive data centers so that people can make dumb things to send to each other.
A birthday card where there is a professional athlete who is wishing, all of those things.
Where's the power grid? It's being used.
It's there. It's there. It is there for sure. Do you have like you mentioned you're wondering where that's going to go? Concerns about it? Do you have fears or
100%? I mean, it's something we in the last 3 years we've put more money into technology than we have ever for that, and I think that's the next pieces of and customer wise is just the evolution of and the pieces of building out a website that continues to evolve and goes, and we've spent countless dollars building out websites.
Yes.
And people just don't understand in today's world what it takes to put 80,000 plus SKUs on a website. What's unbelievable though, on the AI side of things, that is making a lot of that much more affordable and everything for that for a smaller business to do. And so I'm excited about that opportunity because it's simplifying that. It's getting all the data together. Just like I mentioned before, a person that prior we'd have to take 10 days to go through that data to figure it out. In a matter of minutes, we can get that answer. So I think, in the right way and embracing the AI and the right AA tools, because I do feel like right now it's like, if they just put AI at the end of it, it's cool right now.
Yeah, it is.
You got to find the right tool, just like in anything in business, and figure out how it's going to evolve you quicker.
Yeah, there's in the advertising and marketing world, a lot of those AI tools have been built into our systems for a lot longer than people would imagine, and now if you can just call it AI. Everybody goes, oh, I get it. Okay, yeah. It wasn't just magic or the learning phase of whatever campaign. It didn't mean learning phase. It means we'll put this through the algorithm and we'll take a look and we'll see who's going to bite. So I agreed completely. If you walked into any of your stores and saw a celebrity, who would you want that celebrity to be? And I guess that kind of begs the question, has that happened already?
Our local celebrity is Mo from Yellowstone. So Mo from Yellowstone is a good customer of ours at Paola.
Wow, yeah.
For that. And he's in the store almost weekly for that. Such a good guy, good and has been a good customer of ours for 25 plus years.
Man, crazy.
To that. But we've had multiple different ones. We get some Chiefs players, a few, not as many. It's our St. Joe store because we're literally across the street from training camp up there.
Oh, right, yes.
And so, we'd hope to have gotten more, but we've gotten a few Chiefs players through there.
I'll take a few. Yeah. Is there one that is the dream celebrity that you would be like, oh man, if I ever see that person in my store, we're having a conversation?
Right now, it's Tay-Tay and Kelsey right now.
Yes.
They're going to, it's amazing. He got Madison Square Garden last week, and he's going to be in St. Joe in 2 weeks. That's, if they could show up.
Stop on in, Travis.
Yeah.
Stop on in.
That's right.
Bring a friend. Bring a friend. Let's see. There's the state fair that happens near one of your stores. Corn dog or hot dog?
Corn dog. We actually, years ago, I did a booth at the state fair, and I lived at the state fair for about 20 days between setup, tear down, everything, which is an experience in itself. But corn dog day, there was only one thing to do. You had to see how many corn dogs you could eat. Sun up to sundown.
Oh, man.
It was a lot.
Was it a lot?
I can't remember exactly how many, but we had a lot of sticks in the ground stuck next to our chairs.
A Joey Chestnut level of
I don't know. I don't know if it was in the 20s, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive. It's still impressive.
Yeah.
But you would choose a corn dog over a hot dog.
I would choose a corn dog over a hot dog.
That works. That works. Good answer. And this is the last lightning round question. That lightning round question is, I telegraphed it a little earlier. It's you opened the store location for Sedalia during COVID. And sometimes we can't plan for that kind of thing. That was not on a strategic plan risk thing for anyone at the time. But as you think about strategic planning and staying flexible, having been through that, what advice would you give to another entrepreneur, another CEO about, thinking about the future and kind of planning for the future?
You can plan as much as you want. You can put all those things in place and do all those different pieces, and a lot of that'll come together. But you have to have people on your team that are ready to react and change and go and put in the time. If you've got people that just want to stick to a plan and a plan only, it's probably not going to go exactly like you thought. And hiring those folks and building that overall team that understands how to move and go on their feet is invaluable, especially when you get into rough waters or different things to make that happen. Such as our time there in Sedalia during COVID, all the product was showing up and the shelving was not declared essential.
Oh, and so you couldn't get shelving shipped to that.
So the product we had a nice blank empty store and we were ready for shelves, but the shelves couldn't come. But the product kept coming.
Yeah.
So it created a lot of double, triple, quadruple work for it, along with a lot of vendors that couldn't come help. And so myself and my brother and a few 4 or 5 different employees, we pretty much from tear out to set up, we built the whole thing. So it was, like I said, it was an extremely rewarding and fun thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to do it again.
But please, no more. Yeah. And also you'll notice, I hear other things in there as well. And one of the other things that I hear in there is a tremendous management philosophy that I'm not going to ask you to do something that I'm not willing to jump in and do myself. You're not managing from the office tower in somewhere. You're in there helping out.
100%. No, myself, my brother, my dad instilled in us, my grandfather instilled it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it, and I'll show you I'll do it, and I'm happy to jump in there and help you and work right alongside you. So. It's not a business to me that can truly be just to sit back in your chair and go, well, we should do it this way.
Yeah. But, Blake, you have crushed the lightning round. You nailed it. Nothing to the lightning round. You crushed it.
It's all those flights of listening to you.
It's got to be it. Well, after having done that, I've asked you a whole lot of questions. If you have any kind of questions for me, I would accept one question at this point.
Well, Jeff, I know, Jeff, you're not far from our store in Harrisville, and you yourself are kind of a little hobby farmer in some ways. What do you enjoy most about your little hobby farm out there?
The hobby farm part. So I'm less than an hour from 42 acres of hunting, fishing, camping kind of land. I keep saying fishing. There needs to be so much more pond work before I could ever put a fish in it. But hunting and camping for sure, and for a long time. Kept bees out there. My daughter was the 2019 Missouri State Junior Beekeeper of the Year, which means I also participated in doing some beekeeping and being able to go, oh, I need some additional beekeeping supplies, and having them there that day. Believe me, I was stopping at a family center, farm and home in Harrisonville on the way there going, okay, and I can pick that up on the way so that I've got, a feed or a smoker because mine was destroyed, or, a new suit because I'm going to have somebody else out there helping with something. So it's the ability to just kind of get away and be in nature. And as somebody who spends a lot of time in the city, reconnecting and being out in the woods man, nothing like it. I totally understand that. I also understand that hobby farming is real work, and it's good to have the right tools available. And so having Family Center Farm and Home strategically located in between me and that farm helps out a great deal. So I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right. If people want more information, if they want to know more about you and want to know how to get in touch with their local Family Center Farm and Home, where should they go? Oh, I should ask first. Like, do you have events coming up? Because there are a bunch of events that you do throughout the calendar.
100%. So at our Harrisonville location, we like to do a St. Jude fundraiser every year, and this year we're going to kick off our first St. Jude run 5K.
Oh, a 5K. Yeah.
And we are doing that out with one of our great partners at Red Barn Ranch, just outside of Harrisonville.
Okay.
They have built an all 100% nature on the farm 5K.
Oh, that would be so much better than running in a. Oh, yes,
100%.
I'm in for that. That is a much better way to go.
Plus, all of their attractions and everything with that, because they're a fun family farm. So the goats will be out there, the kids' big swings, the slides, all those kind of things will be happening too. So you can find that on our social, on Facebook or Instagram, along with at fcfarmandhome.com, all of that information to get registered and set up for that. And we've got Sonic breakfast burritos kicking it off. We've got multiple vendors involved, lots of swag for the runners. So we've got plenty of good stuff. Plus, it's going to be hot, but most of this entire thing is nice shade running through the woods. Man. Just wonderful spot.
That is a great location for that. And also, you had me at Sonic Breakfast Burrito, so we're good there. If you've ever thought about doing goat yoga, you should consider a 5K near a goat. It's the natural evolution. And so website again one more time for people who want to sign up and find that thing.
fcfarmandhome.com, or find us on Instagram or Facebook by searching Family Center Farm and Home for our brand page or each location page.
Perfect. Blake Mills, co-owner, Family Center Farm and Home. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, Jeff.
Theo, let's wrap it up. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We'll close it. Let's ask for, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Drop us a line on the website at EAGADV if you have any thoughts. Until then, we'll be out here helping entrepreneurs with another small business miracle.
Talking about strategies and all